Is the new PS5 overheating? Well, we're going to find out that and much more on this episode of Miami Geeks. Stay tuned. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks, brought to you by digitalcracknetwork.com. I'm your host, Punisher305. With me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
Just play it.
It's 8 o'clock and we're ready to rock.
That is the thing. That is our stuff. I love it. So yes.
We're running behind. We got to get this done.
So let's get started, guys, and let's talk about what's going on with the PlayStation 5. So the PlayStation 5, the new one, runs just like the old one with no major temperature difference at all. If you guys remember correctly, not too long ago, we talked about it, which is with what's the character, the guy's name, Willie? The YouTuber
Austin Evans.
Austin Evans, that's correct. And he talked about there was a big temperature difference in the new PS5 because he got it exported from Japan, and they're testing out the whole thing. Well, it looks like there's just not really much of a difference. And let's talk about it, Willie. What's going on here, Willie? What is the big temperature difference or no temperature difference with this new PS5 versus the old one?
Okay, let's do some background first.
Go ahead.
A couple of weeks ago, YouTuber Austin Evans had gotten a new PS5 and decided to do some testing to see if it ran hotter than the previous one, because the major change for this new PS5 is that they shrunk the heatsink inside the PS5 that cools the CPU. He had concluded that yes, the new PS5 seems to run hotter. Problem is that he's not experienced in these things. I'm not, he shouldn't have done it the way he did, but the reason why is because he didn't know what he was doing. Truthfully, I mean, Austin Evans is not into the tech to that degree. He just put a temperature. He just put basically one of those infrared the things that measure heat, a FLIR camera.
Yeah. There we go.
And saw that it looks like it's hotter on the IR for the new one versus the old one. Not a very good thing. So after people raked them over the coals, which not cool, guys. The absolute gods of tech nerditry, Digital Foundry and Gamers Nexus, teamed up to do their own testing to see what the deal was.
Okay.
Their conclusion: the new PS5 does not run appreciably hotter than the older one. Like, not enough to even matter.
Yeah.
The reason why you see the newer one give off more heat under IR than the older one is because it's dissipating the heat a little better. But they both run about the same.
Okay.
And
in other words,
this is for the disc version and the digital version. There's differences, but the differences aren't enough to make it a big deal.
Well, they said it was like a weight difference, only like 300 grams less.
I mean, yeah, the heat sink is lighter by about 300 grams. This is just a matter of them revising some part of the system to either make it cheaper to build, or simpler.
Okay.
And it doesn't affect the system in a way that anybody will notice. I mean, assuming that, they put the PS5 in a well-ventilated area.
Yeah, I mean...
Like with the way my setup is now, if I were to get a PS5, I'd have to put it on top of the shelves that I have. Because if I were to put it in one of the cubby holes, first of all, it wouldn't fit in one of the cubby holes.
No, I wouldn't.
But if I were to put it there, it wouldn't get enough ventilation, and so it would run hot.
Well, that goes exactly to the same way it did with the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360. It needed to be in a well-ventilated area, because if the minute it gets all that heat, all that hot air and heat, whatever, it experiences to slow down, or it acts up, and then all of a sudden it just turns off because it overheats.
Yes, the original 360, the Red Ring of Death 360, and the Fat Boy PS3 also needed good ventilation. Well, they need good ventilation in general.
Yeah.
But those particular models needed better ventilation because they ran hot.
Yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's technically it. Like, if you guys are interested in getting this new PS5 and you guys are worried about the whole heat thing and y'all heard about it too much, well, we're talking about it right now, and we're making sure that we bring you this news, and there's no major difference, like, at all. None. Just a little lighter. That's all. That's as much as you're going to get difference.
And by no major difference, it also means you're not going to be able to find one.
Yeah, that too. There's that. So there's that. And please let us know your thoughts. Comment down below. We would love to hear what you got to say about this, and let's have a conversation about it. And also in news, former PlayStation executive forecast PS5 game budgets will exceed 200 million. Now, Willie, you and I were talking about this, and to be honest, I'm still simple this with my simple monkey brain. Can you explain what the hell's going on here?
Okay, first off, this is actually an article that came up earlier in the month, and I missed it, but I wanted to bring it up because I think it's something that should be talked about. All right, here's the background. The former executive from Sony, from the PlayStation brand, Sean Layden. You remember him every time there was an E3 conference for Sony, he was the one presenting.
Yeah.
Well, he sat down and spoke to Bloomberg, and basically said, just with a little bit of elaboration, but basically that the PS5 is in danger of having games with budgets in excess of $200 million. And I'll give you a direct quote.
Okay. He
says that the companies are incentivized towards sequels. And to quote, what happens there is that you end up with 3 to 4 slots of game types that continue to exist, and variety is squeezed out. Well, yeah. But does that mean that the game has to cost $200 million? Now, everybody's heard the story, and it's a true story, that development costs are increasing. The reason why they're increasing, I think, is bullshit. What have you heard about that?
I mean, I don't even know, to be honest, dude. Like,
you're always hearing a story, and they bring it up, especially when they want to justify the fact that they want to charge $70 for a game.
Okay.
They tell you, oh no, it's because it's the games are getting more high fidelity, and they require a lot more development, and as a result, the budget is going to go higher. Well, the question I have to ask is, who demanded a game that is so high fidelity that it requires a $200 million budget?
That's
the
real question. Shit.
Better yet, are you trying to say that every single game is now going to have a $200 million budget? I understand.
That is a real question, dude.
I understand for big console exclusive games where they want to pull out all the stops, and they want, these huge games that look really crispy. I can see them, wanting to have a couple show ponies like that. But does every game have to have that budget? I know sports games don't. And they don't. If anyone goes and tells me that it costs $200 million to make Madden, you can I mean, unless you show me some concrete proof, you can go fuck off right with that. Because they don't sit there and evolve that game any further than they need to be able to sell fucking Madden Ultimate Team cards. And really, do we need to have all our games cost $200 million to produce?
No, man. I mean, the only reason I can think about the whole 200 million is because of all the extra hardware they're doing with the new systems nowadays. To be honest, I would like to go back to cartridge. But then again, if we go back to cartridge or anything like that, Yeah, I mean that means you're gonna have
That's
to own
not-
like 17,000 of it. But then again, look at Nintendo, how
That's
good they're
not-
doing. I don't know.
That's not really the issue. That's not really the issue because okay, first let's go to Nintendo. You don't hear Nintendo belly aching about this.
Oh no, at all.
And yes, your Zeldas are gonna be massive games now because Breath of the Wild kind of made the mold for the next generation of Zelda games. And yeah, that one's gonna take a bit of development. And I'm sure there's gonna be other games that follow in line, but you think a Mario game costs $200 million to make?
No, man.
Do you think
Doubt
the average Nintendo game costs $200 million to make?
I doubt it, dude.
Two things at play here. One, basically, AAA studios have decided they need to make a massive game every single time. You don't see mid-level games anymore. Remember back in the day, you had your Blacks, you had your Twisted Metals,
Yeah.
you had a lot of like the PS3 library is full of mid-level titles
Yeah.
that you've probably never heard of in your entire life,
It's true.
but are really good. I mean, looking at them right now, Split Second,
Mhm.
The Saboteur, Blur. These are games that are good. They may not be like earth-shattering, but they're good.
Yeah.
The Army of Two games, they're okay. Hey, Alice Madness Returns. Like, I can go down the line. You don't see games like that anymore on PS5 or PS4. Every game is either massive AAA title that takes 80 hours to complete or indie titles that AAA studios don't even give a shit about. That's number one. And number two, if you're sitting there bitching about making a game and it costs $200 million, and you're saying that you can't afford that, why the fuck are you making a $200 million game? Business 101. Business 101. If you can't make money doing the thing that your business is supposed to do, maybe you shouldn't be in business.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't be doing it.
That's just my opinion.
No, you're absolutely
I'm
right.
sure there's more nuance to it. I'm sure, and I'm sure there's people that are going to have their own perspectives on it. But that's the bottom line from where I'm seeing it. I don't need you to spend $200 million a game for me to enjoy the game. I'm playing Prison Architect right now. Indie title. I mean,
I don't know what to say, man.
I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I just personally think that I just want to see what the hell is this whole plan of theirs, what they want to do with it. But fuck, if you're gonna be talking about exceeding over 200 million in budgets to create a game, that's like you're I don't know what they're shooting for. They're shooting for that fucking moon at this rate. But yeah. I personally think that they need to take a step back, see what the fuck they're doing, just to make sure they get shit in their place. Because fucking Nintendo's doing what they're doing right now correctly, and it's just technically whatever. It's just them. They know what they're doing. They're not even having an issue. But whatever, man. I personally think that let's see what happens. I hope that somehow, somewhere, they can reconsider this thought that they have and maybe come to a better thought of where they're coming up with this fucking budget number. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that what they need to do is be a little honest about how they handle business and say they want to make these games. They know they make money off these games. Definitely. And they're just belly aching about it because they want a reason to go in and charge you $70 for the game.
Yeah. But you know what, man? We'll leave that up for our viewers. You know, discuss down below. We would love to hear your thoughts and we'll join in the conversation. So, Willie, there's a part that I know you don't really care too much about, but it's actually something very critical and awesome, which is Call of Duty Warzone.
Play it.
The gun is good.
The gun is good.
The penis is evil.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I mean, there is all the reasons there, but I have to say it. So Call of Duty Warzone bans also apply to Vanguard, and that is amazing. Because I was going to say, you know, if everything that's going on with Call of Duty Warzone right now and all the crap, all the hacks and all that shit, and they're working so hard to put the bands. And now that Vanguard is coming, I was gonna say fuck. It's like if they're gonna do just reinvent the wheel otra vez, make sure they do everything they did from here, push it on Vanguard. But no, it's going right through with it. So that's awesome. Activision has been taking action on these cheats with these cheaters in Call of Duty Warzone, and been including enforced and includes all these banned multiple Call of Duty games, and they're banning them, and they're just going really hard. So right now, they're going like pretty much by the hundreds and thousands of accounts, banning them. I'm not sure if I should be excited, but I really hope that when I go back to playing Call of Duty, I'm not getting sniped by some guy behind the warehouse 6 freaking yards out in front of a tree while he's eating Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. I'm just saying. Because I'm just going to be very pissed. Huh?
Cheaters exist. There's no way for you to completely get rid of cheaters. But seeing Activision extending the bans for Warzone to Vanguard, considering that they're similar enough.
Yeah,
go for it.
Go for it.
I still like the concept of Cheater Island. I've said it before. But you know what? If they're not going to do that, ban them. Fuck them.
Yeah, get them out. We don't need them. So, also in news, Castlevania Advance Collection rated for PC and consoles in Taiwan. A new rating has appeared for, as of yet announced, retro for the retro collection for the Castlevania Advance Collection, following from the new previous title appeared in Australian classification sites. The new listing appeared in Taiwan Digital Gaming Rating Committee. So that's pretty dope that they're going to come out with a whole Castlevania Advance Collection rated for PC and consoles, but it's coming out in Taiwan. But from what I thought I read, Willie, on this article, they took it down for nobody can see it. Is that actually true?
Well, yeah. I mean, it originally popped up. You know how this is. Somehow, some way, somebody comes across it, screen caps it, and sends it out to the internet for everyone to see. Now, for those who don't know, this is something that's been talked about before. Like it says here, the Australian classification site had rated the compilation, but Konami has not announced anything because of Konami. It's popping up in Taiwan. It popped up in Taiwan now. Does that mean that we're going to get it? I mean, I hope so. For people who don't know, the Castlevania Advance Collection, this is not the original NES ones. This is not Symphony of the Night. These are 3 games that came out on the Game Boy Advance. So it's Castlevania Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow. And from what it looks like, it's going to be available for PS4, PC, Xbox One, and Switch. No word on PS5 or Xbox Series X or S. But then again, backwards compatibility.
All right. That's fine, I guess. Pero let's see what happens. I mean, shit. I really want to see what's up with the new Castlevania game, though, right?
Well, it's not new. Like I said, these are Game Boy Advance games. I never played them, so it'd be cool to play them in one quick, convenient place. And I don't have to whip out my DS in order to play it.
Win-win, right? So,
yes.
Well, we have that. And it looks like the Halo, the Master Chief Collection Season 8 will be its last. I mean, the way that sounds, it sounds all right, but I mean, not all right to me, but let's see. So the Halo Master Chief Collection Season 8 its update will be the last one for the anthology. For 343 Industries told the fans on Wednesday that it's happening, but I don't think that's what that's going to be the last thing you're going to be hearing from it. The studio said that focusing of giving the 2014 Halo Collection successful send off, so the developers can focus on launch of Halo Infinite in coming early December. The final, but this is not the final though. This doesn't mean that there's no more updates to support it. That's what 343 said, which I think that's actually really nice of them to do that, for at least being that this is going to be the last season. But they're still going to push a couple updates here and there. But don't expect it to be like nonstop freaking updates for it while they're still pushing things for Infinite. Willie, being that they're doing this for this last collection for season 8, what do you think? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, first, to clarify, they're not saying that they're going to abandon the game completely. It's just that the 8th season will be the last season that the game will have.
Okay.
And it won't really have big content patches or anything. There will be updates to support according to 343. As a matter of fact, Tyler Davis, who's the community manager for 343, was quoted as saying, "We have more MCC work to do and support will continue. However, as a studio, it's not ideal to run and continue shipping seasonal updates for 2 different multiplayer titles concurrently." Meaning that after this season, since Halo Infinite, barring some unforeseen delay, will be coming out at the end of this year, they want to start doing seasonal content for Infinite, and just basically outside of, quality of life fixes or fixing bugs or anything like that, there's not going to be anything substantial for Master Chief Collection. And I think that's fair.
That's fine.
Nothing lasts forever.
Good. No, it doesn't. But at least, they're giving, those people that actually like the game, just a little bit of, here's a little something extra for you guys to enjoy, some updates here and there. But of course, everything does come to an end, but the game's still going to keep being playable though. So that's a good thing. So there's that. And also Days Gone Studios seemingly working on a new IP. Days Gone developer Bend Studios is working on a brand new concept according to the heads of PlayStation Worldwide Studios. That's actually, that's pretty fucking cool. So I have never played Days Gone. I've seen the videos, all that. Really good game. But now that they're going to be working on a new IP, what do you think, like, what aim are they going for this new IP, Willie, that they're going to be aiming for? Like, you think they're going to keep, like, I'm just wondering, because I think if they're in this light, I think they're going to probably either keep going with this whole zombie apocalypse gaming, which I think is kind of running dry already, or they're going to probably do something a little more, I don't know, more different, I'm thinking.
Well, we know that it's not going to be a direct sequel to Days Gone, because famously, Bend Studios, the developers, basically went on a screed saying that because not enough people supported the game, that Sony decided that there was no point in them going forward with a sequel. But they're still working on something. It's good to see that they weren't shut down, and they're working on a new IP, and I'd like to see what the new IP is. Eventually, I'm sure we'll get enough information.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I mean, before the next E3 and stuff, I'm pretty much sure they'll probably say something around December, give or take. Or, of course, next year. But let's see what happens. It looks like God of War Ragnarok will end Kratos Norse story with a very practical reason. So God of War Ragnarok will end the Norse chapter of Kratos myth, the whole mythology going on, crossing tales and whatnot, and it looks like they're gonna end it here. So I'm kind of in the stands right now, just kind of wondering. Okay, fine, they're gonna finish the whole Norse mythology, the whole gods of Norse. So what do you think might happen afterwards? Me and cousin Jose were actually talking about this, and we're wondering if they're gonna go off and maybe go to Egypt or to Hindi or something to start, attacking those gods. I mean, I don't know. Kratos cannot be left alone too long, because I guess he gets an itch and he has to kill somebody, or they start picking a fight with him, being that he is the god of war. And of course, his tails pretty much drag along with him. Willie, what do you think? Do you think they're going to keep going with Kratos fighting still all these years? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Like, in this game, he's already old already. And I don't think there's no way of reversing that. He's already older. He looks tired. He's still a fighter. We get that. But I don't know. What do you think is going to happen, dude?
I don't know. And the reason why they're saying that they're not looking at this being a trilogy is because they think that, okay, the first game took 5 years. This one, who knows how long it's going to take. But thinking about making a third game to close out a trilogy, I mean, we're talking about 15 years if you use the first game's time for the story to play out. And according to Corey Balrog, when he spoke to Captain Kuba on YouTube, he said that, maybe too much. His direct quote is, I think one of the most important reasons is the first game took 5 years. Second game, I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm just going to throw out that it's going to take close to a similar time to do this. Maybe you think, wow, a third one that same length, we're talking a span of 15 years, a single story. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. And he said that the story would be basically be spreading it too far apart. And he thinks that, well, I mean, there is some credence to that. Now, will it happen? It may not. We might get a third one anyway. You're going to get another God of War game.
No, that's definitely. But that's the part where I'm getting to, man.
They're not going to stop God of War at 5 games.
No, man.
Well,
but that's the thing,
games
dude.
if you consider the side stories.
But that's what I'm trying to get to because, Kratos is already old. The God of War game now, that'll be probably a little more different to whatever they want to speak about. But Kratos already, he's an older guy already. Like in this game, you look at him, he's old already. He's tired. He's just fighting because he's still a god and he wants to whip all the asses. But I don't know. I just feel that if they're gonna go off and let's do another adventure with Kratos or something, they're gonna have to either make him younger or kill him off in this one, or maybe his son is the one that takes the mantle. I don't know.
Exactly. I was gonna say that. It doesn't have to be Kratos the one that assumes the mantle. It could be Atreus. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. We know that in this game there are going to be 2 gods of war because he meets up with Tyr. Yep. So whatever it is that they're going to do, let's get this game out first. Let's let them work on this game, and let's let them do whatever they need to do to get this one good enough for you and Cousin Jose to cry tears of joy.
All of it.
And then we'll see where the story leads.
Yeah, let's not pull a Mephisto yet. Let's just wait till this game comes out then, I guess. Yeah, you're right. I'm okay with that. Yeah. So, now to movie news, Willie. Tom Hardy in Spider-Man. A Spider-Man hat fuels Venom in No Way Home speculation now. Oh my God. So, speaking about Mephisto now. So, just because Tom Hardy comes out and in an interview or in a photo wearing Spider-Man No Way Home hat, just because he's wearing a hat that says Spider-Man No Way Home, everyone's saying, oh, that's it. Venom did a crossover. That's it. He's in one of these fucking movies now. Now Venom's going to appear in this movie, or he's going to be in this. Oh, no. It's tremendo clusterfuck, guys. And I don't know. It feels like a Mephisto to me, Willie. Like I really want to see Venom appear in one of the movies. I really do. But now because he's wearing a hat, everyone's already speculating this shit. Come on, man. Come on.
What
are your thoughts?
We already had talk about a crossover happening eventually. Mm-hmm. And it's the only logical thing that can be done because Spider-Man's in the MCU. Are you going to have one of his most well-known villains or anti-hero partners, whatever you want to bring it up? How can you have one of the most iconic characters to go alongside Spider-Man to not be in a Spider-Man movie?
Right.
Is it going to happen? I don't know. I just love if like for me, I think that, you know what, that's a very clever troll. Just have him wear a No Way Home hat and make everybody go nuts.
Right? Just fuck with everybody. Have Tom Holland wear a Venom symbol shirt just for the fuck of it. Mm-hmm. Right there, everybody will lose their shit. Like, wait, is he trying to say he's gonna have the black suit? Does that mean that the symbiote is gonna be with Tom Holland? What the fuck? And everybody will lose their shit.
I've said it before. The one thing about the MCU is that Kevin Feige has creative ways to tell stories in the movies that only like tangentially are related to the comic books. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Spidey. It might be that Spidey doesn't wear the symbiote, but they meet up anyway. And
Yeah.
the reason, one of the reasons that this is like being speculated on so much, is because I don't know if you know this, but No Way Home is the last movie in Tom Holland's contract.
So let's see how that goes. I'm pretty sure he's gonna rack all the money either
That
way.
means that Sony and Marvel have to renegotiate.
Mhm.
Something will be worked out. I'm sorry, Sony likes money just as much as Marvel does.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, my movie's gonna make $1 billion if we work together. We're gonna find a way to work together.
Yeah, no shit. Who we gotta sell? What, the chair? Fuck
And if it
let's get
means
rid of the
that,
chair.
and if it means that Sony Spider-Verse has to be built up alongside the MCU, so be it.
Oh yeah. I'm.
I still
in
want-
other words, I'm down. I'm down.
I still want my bromance between Spider-Man and Deadpool.
It's gonna happen, dude. It's bound to happen.
I want it to happen.
I know you do, but it's bound to happen. I can't wait.
And get Kingpin in there.
He is. I heard that there's a spotting of Kingpin and
And you know what I heard?
what?
Mephisto.
You got me there. Okay. I got you. All right. But if they bring out the Kingpin for this fucking movie too, I'm in. I'm so fucking
Seriously, the only person that's confirmed not to be in Spider-Man No Way Home is Uncle Ben, and there's kind of a reason for that.
All right. I mean, he kind of name drops him ish, kind of. Right?
Well, yeah, but still,
Well, that's it.
who knows?
That's all
He
we
might,
need him to
he might
drop.
show up anyway.
Yeah, but damn, that means he's gonna be banging Aunt May, and Aunt May is not that old. Every time you picture Uncle Ben, you think of Peter, all fucked up, getting shot up.
Okay. Well, okay.
you're
Since we're
gonna
going
picture
down that,
like, yeah.
we're going down that path. I got the perfect thing.
All right.
We could say that the Tom Holland in universe Uncle Ben
Mhm.
is actually Joe Manganiello,
Wow.
which would freak out Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, because he's like, he looks a lot like
He looks like
Flash Thompson.
Thomas. Yeah.
He's like Flash
Where the
Thompson.
fuck? He's like, where does Flash Thompson looks? Why is he here?
And then-
why is
and
he
then Tom
fucking
Holland will
with
be
Aunt
like,
May?
That's what Flash looks like in your universe? My Flash Thompson's a geek.
He's
And
like,
Andrew
"Fuck,
Garfield
dude."
will be crying in the corner. I want this to happen now.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have freaking Andrew Garfield going, my dad's still alive. He's an asshole.
You know
And
what?
shit like that.
Someone get Joe Manganiello on the phone. We need to make this happen.
I agree. Sony, you know our number. So let's continue. So Sigourney Weaver hopes theaters can be packed when Avatar 2 opens. Look, I remember when the first Avatar came out. I went to go see it, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed the movie. Now, did I go see it again, or when it came out on DVD or anything like that? No. But the theaters were packed that day because it was like the hottest shit that moment. But being that they're making a part 2 and she hopes that the theaters get packed again, I really hope so. I mean, the movie wasn't that bad. I'm just kind of curious on what route they're gonna go with part 2. So it remains to be seen that Avatar 2 is still currently in the plans of release for date. So they don't even know when exactly it's gonna come out. She's coming out like she's gonna come back as her original character, but even though that character died in the movie, right?
Yeah, well, listen, it's Avatar. And by the way, they're not making Avatar 2.
Well,
They're making Avatar 2 and 3 because they're making
Oh.
both at the same time.
same time. Oh,
No, if I'm correct, they're making all 4 because they have plans for 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Son of a bitch! So these people they're avataring to death and shit. So
So
they're
this is the
they're doing the Back to the Future move then, technically.
no, they're doing the Lord of the Rings move where they're making all the movies in one shot.
Oh, but I was gonna think
But-
on the Back to the Future, which was shot back to back to back. For they won't lose Michael J. Fox his his youth, how he looked, and also I'll say Christopher Walken. What's his name?
Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah.
Now, yeah, it's the same thing, but they patterned it more in the the Lord of the Rings model, in that do it on one shot, just get as much footage as you can. This is James Cameron after all, and he's going to want to film everything on the planet. So this is basically the Avatar verse, or I would like to call it Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
But that being said, I also saw Avatar. I didn't care for the movie, but it was a beautiful movie.
It was I liked it because it had, I guess, like a saying in there about the whole, taking care of the planet, the whole tree and all that shit.
That whole thing was shoehorned bullshit. Like, seriously. Yeah, there's this precious resource. It's on this blue people planet. And yeah, it's available outside of the blue people planet, but no, we want to fuck with the blue people. Call them Marines.
Yeah.
Nah.
With their big mech suits and fight.
That being said, this is the kind of movie that I would hazard needs to be seen in a theater. Like, if there was ever an excuse to watch a movie in IMAX 3D,
this will be the movie.
Avatar was it.
Yeah. It's true.
And if all the other Avatars are going to be on the same lines, yeah. The only two movies that I thought were worth their price of admission in IMAX and 3D was Avatar and Tron Evolution.
And Transformers.
Both movies that I didn't like. Damn, they were pretty.
Yeah, they were. I thought Transformers was good in IMAX.
Transformers is not good in any format.
Okay. Well, let's talk about this movie.
I'll take Bumblebee and the original Transformers, and the rest don't exist.
Okay, fine. The Soundwave. Can't do nothing without Soundwave.
Bumblebee.
Okay, just Bumblebee. Okay.
No, like I said, Bumblebee and the first Transformers are the only two Transformers movies that matter.
Yeah.
The first one because it was the first one. And I geeked out seeing these things transforming on the big screen, live action.
I agree.
And Bumblebee because G1 Transformers and Soundwave.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. All day.
And Soundwave a second time just in case.
See? Well, this is why Willy is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. And also now in continuing with the movie news, The Matrix 4, which we come to find out that Hugo Weaving is not returning for this movie to reprise his role as Agent Smith. But Jonathan Groff, I think that's how I say it, Groff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Groff. He is the new Agent Smith in this movie. I'm not too thrilled at the fact that they're going to, replace him like that. But supposedly that's what they want to do because they couldn't bring back a Hugo Weaving, I guess, due to maybe a timely matter or the fact that he didn't want to do it. I mean, hell, this is the same guy that did not want to come back as Red Skull for Captain America or for the end of Endgame. And that's him. I guess he's doing what? He's doing Broadway now or something right now, right? Right, Willie?
Yeah. He didn't want to come back. And the thought is that the trailer kind of like gives the idea that Jonathan Groff is this Matrix's Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Truthfully, Agent Smith is nebulous. It could be anybody.
Yeah, he's just an entity technically.
He's just an agent inside the Matrix that terminates people who've disconnected from it.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be anybody.
Yeah.
You could have had Kevin Hart as Agent Smith, which that sounds amazing now.
Just a little tiny little virus is going to.
Can you imagine? He's shooting Neo, and Neo's like is dodging everything, and Kevin Hart, Agent Smith will be like, "Hey, you better stop with that! I'm trying to kill you."
He just running into each other. And they miss because of a height difference. Oh no, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, see, I study how you move, and I see you shoot high. So I figured if I was shorter, you wouldn't be able to hit me.
Yeah, so I sit down here. Pack. I'm down here. So I say, I look at you. I go, "What you gonna do?" And I'm what you gonna do? He just fucking starts yelling at him and shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's technically it. Like, Warner Brothers, you can call me too. I got the ideas. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Now this part here, Willie, I'm kind of not feeling it, and I need you to tell me a little more about it. And it's Dune directors criticize Marvel movies too many and repetitive. Look, I kind of agree. I do agree, but for the too many part, they're gonna kiss my ass. Repetitive. Sometimes I feel that there is a little bit of it, but the story is interesting to the point where I can see past it. Now, I'm not sure what the fuck is the Dune's director's beef with Marvel now, because if it wasn't what's his face the mob movies, this guy that he also talked
Martin
about
Scorsese.
Scorsese. He pretty much talked about Marvel. So has Avatar fucking this guy
James Cameron.
Now this guy. So what the fuck? Like, what's the deal here, Willie?
Listen, he's not far off.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you may not like the criticism, he's not that far off.
No, that's why I say he's not wrong. But
the human malware has slowed down the Marvel machine. But I mean, well, they were having 2 movies come out from Marvel Studios, with the third movie being a Sony movie, because Sony's got to throw themselves in there. And yeah, I mean, after a while, the average person will look at that and say, do we need that many superhero movies? We don't need them, but, we want them.
Yeah, I'm okay with
but I want to just point out that the director, his name is Denis Villeneuve, is making Dune. A sequel, not a sequel, a remake of a movie that came out in the 80s. I mean, you can say that movie is repetitive compared to the original movie. I know it's a stretch. But still, maybe Scorsese. First of all, Scorsese has a lot more clout and a lot more backing behind the name, because he's Scorsese. And yeah, he's an old grump, and he was basically just saying that because he was pushing his own movie, The Irishman, talk about repetitive mob movies.
Yeah.
But it's Scorsese. Denis Villeneuve ain't done enough to even get to the level of Scorsese. And, you could easily sit there and say, who gives a fuck what you say? But you got to admit, there is some credence to what he's saying.
That's what I was saying. And that's why I agree with him. But there's a point to the whole story in the Marvel where you can actually see a little past it.
Okay, but Marvel movies, they have some variety in that Shang-Chi just came out. Okay, it's Asian roots, and it's at heart basically a superhero kung fu movie.
Yes.
Civil War was more like an espionage thriller. And Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness are talking about it's going to have horror elements.
Yes.
But it's just super powered dudes beating up the bad guy in the third act with a lot of special effects. And everything before that is, building a story on how they got to that third act.
Yeah.
It gets repetitive after a while.
After a minute,
I don't care. I'm enjoying them. When I stop enjoying them, I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'm done. But in the meantime, bro, I mean, you do your movie. Don't worry about what Marvel's doing. They're going to make their money. I hope you can make yours. And that's it.
I totally agree, dude. Like, if they could just, I don't know. I just say not to talk about it, because it's about to come off kind of like to a point where it's like, ugh, these people hate it. I see it now. They're just freaking being all, being assholes about it. But
you mind you, the people that have been complaining about it the most are people that have a movie they're trying to promote.
Yeah, I mean, look, now this guy with Dune, this guy with Avatar.
Yeah.
It's always that they have to promote a certain movie. Yeah,
Scorsese was pushing The Irishman. Dune is the Villeneuve is pushing Dune, and James Cameron's pushing Avatar. All three are not superhero movies.
No,
more importantly, they're not Marvel movies.
No, one's a giant worm, one's a mobster movie, the other one's about the Blue Man Group.
Yeah, And whatever. Again, he has his opinion. He's entitled to it, and there is a grain of truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not going to put that. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Nah,
but still, listen. This is Hollywood, man. This is you want to talk about repetitive? Let's talk about the fact that there's barely anything original anymore.
Yeah.
Kate just came out on Netflix recently. It's female John Wick. And oh yeah, did you know that they're gonna make a TV show? I think it's a TV show, but either way, they're gonna revive the Lost Boys.
That shit got me so hot right now, just knowing. Hate that.
Okay.
Hate it.
So yeah, Hollywood's repetitive. Matter of fact, Hollywood has the same problem as AAA gaming. They all want to make huge blockbusters, and they just want to make the same movie all over again. They don't have there's not very much originality. Just huge movie. It has to make $1 billion. Make it about something that people know. What do people like? They like Gremlins? How about Gremlins 3? Got it.
Huh. All right. Well, I'll leave that to our audience to decide, guys. What do you think? Do you think they have a little bit of right to say what they had to say, or is just like how Willie was saying, pretty much just a little sign so they can get their moves across and be like, yeah, oh shit, they're talking bad about Marvel, but then when you go see it, oh, they're talking about Dune, and let's see what the fuck's up with Dune, and give us a look at the movie or whatever the fucking case is. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And Willie, we're done. That's it. We did it.
It's time. It's time to go.
I'm
ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this segment is brought to you by D2D. Use promo code Miami Geeks 10 to save 10% next purchase order. That's MIAGEEKS 10. All in caps, description down below. You know the drill, guys. Copy the promo code, click on the link, paste on the shopping cart, and that's 10% saved. Also, follow our friends at Decora Lights, which has some killer LEDs that are coming out now. They actually showed one right now, man. I saw it today. It was the Millennium Falcon with the little lines all across. Oh, it's so beautiful. Very beautiful. And a lot of Star Wars related stuff. Some also Star Trek. A bunch of cool things. I suggest you guys check it out and let them know that Miami Geeks sent you. And yes, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button so when we come up with amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap, and we'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Ah.